or is it more frustrating that it's the basic stuff today, or just how do you feel?
Yeah, it definitely can be fixed, but at the same time, those things start to add up. Like, just because I did it once, like when I do it once, doesn't mean like I can fix it, but that still matters. So I got to live and die in that moment, and me jumping off sides really affected that drive. So I can fix it, but it shouldn't happen in the first place.
When you guys are on the field for over 13 minutes in that third quarter, I'm sure it's physically exhausting, but just how does it feel mentally, the frustration of not being able to get off the field?
Yeah, as a defense, you want to get off the field. That's how you win your games. So we didn't get off the field, and we didn't win the game. So for us to be out there, it's taxing on our bodies, physically and mentally, because you're getting the call, you're getting the stress, and it's still hot. So we have to get off the field. That helps our offense get on the field. So when you don't do that, that's a recipe for losing.
Do you sense guys trying to almost force it as you got further and further to that third quarter and were kind of struggling to get off the field?
Force it? You could say that. Maybe you could say another term for it. I don't know if we were forcing, but we definitely weren't playing our football, our standard of football.
Teams haven't been able to run on you all throughout the whole season. What were they doing differently, especially in the second half, that kind of let them be able to run the ball against y'all there?
Yeah, it was more self-inflicted wounds, like not getting lined up or not staying in our gaps. Like we knew what they were going to run. Like we game planned those. Of course, they were going to run something different, out of different looks to throw off their tendencies, but it was really on us. For us to not stay in our gap, that's just at that point we didn't want to win.
Appreciate it, man. Thanks,
Sure.
Did they do anything that just kind of you haven't seen on film or anything like that that maybe it confused you guys as far as offensive passing game goes?
I would say everything that they did, we were kind of expecting. Like I said, we just need to execute a little bit better. And then, penalties is a big thing that was holding us back in the second half.
Isaiah, forgive me if you already asked about this, but just what was it like seeing John try to make it back this week after undergoing surgery a couple weeks ago?
Like I said, he's just a real example and a guy that you want to be around. The type of guy that you want playing for you, and especially being at quarterback. Just got out of surgery and, laying it all on the line for his team, regardless of how he's feeling, he was out there with us, and that's the type of person that you want at quarterback.
Could you tell any difference in his passes? As a receiver, you usually can tell the difference in how someone's feeling the quarterback, the way the ball comes out. Could you tell any difference?
I would just say, we weren't executing as a group. As a group, we weren't playing our best ball today. And, it showed. We only put up 6 points. And, that's not the type of offense that we are. So, got to learn from our mistakes, and move past it.
Are you excited about South Carolina moving forward?
Yes, sir. I played South Carolina my freshman year. Didn't really get into much that game. So, first time in Columbia. So, I'm pretty excited about that. Always excited about a conference game.
What was your overall, thoughts of the atmosphere here? I know this is your first time playing this game.
It was electric. During warm-ups, you could just feel the hype. I've never had a warm-ups that was, so electric in my life. So, it was great to play there. Like, coming down that tunnel, for the first time, it was something that I dreamed of. So, wish it didn't go this way, but, God does everything for a reason. So, it was His plan. We just got to trust in Him.
Isaiah, I know the game's still fresh, the loss just over, but when you guys come back into the building tomorrow, what do you hope to learn about today, this team coming out this weekend?
Back against the wall. Chip on our shoulder. Everybody's going to be against us, but it's not about what everybody else thinks. It's about what we think. We just got to stay together, be tight knit, and just learn from the mistakes.
Isaiah, how much do you think the leadership on this team has gotten you guys to this point, and how much do you think they will continue to carry the team forward after a difficult loss like that?
John's our leader, and so we look up to him. So, like I said, the fact that, he played this game, just coming freshly out of surgery, that just shows the type of person that he is. So, I think we're good.
Do you guys ever pressing on offense because the defense has gotten so much done over the first 5 games and been so dominant, and when they get out there and they start allowing 75-yard drives and stuff like that, does that make you guys press a little bit more on offense when the defense isn't getting it done?
At the end of the day, we just, in the second half, got to put up more points, they scored more points than us. At halftime, we were winning, so we didn't execute, and, it ended up hurting us, in the long run because we lost the game.
Just what stands out about a tough
what stands out about it. I mean, we lost. We got a lot of stuff to work on as a defense. We got to come back and get better.
You mentioned had a lot of things to work on. It seemed like you guys started the game really well, but maybe things got tougher as the game went on. What do you kind of attribute that to?
Communication. We've got to be able to communicate better. We got to stop having my bads. You know, we're deep enough in the season. Even myself, we have to stop. We can't have my bads deep in the drive, and teams can't go 14-play drives on defensive games.
Kendal, in that third quarter, they held the ball for almost the full third. It was like over 13 minutes. What did they maybe change coming out of the half, or what were some of the problems that you guys had kind of getting off the field as a defense?
Yeah, we just weren't getting off the field on third down. You know, we had offsides, and then we couldn't make the tackles, and you know, we let the quarterback get out and scramble. You know, got to be able to get off the field on third down. That's what made it go on so long.
Brett said one of the messages was, you know, today's a bad day, but you still got the season in front of you. How do you sort of process that or kind of think about that so soon after a loss?
I mean, you got to think about it earlier as you can, because the same way you handle a win, the same way you handle a loss the next day, you got to go in and work and see what you can get better on. You know, we have a long season ahead of us. You know, that was just one game. And if we pout and think about this game for the rest of the season, we can go into the next game, or we can use it for fuel for the next game. We can go out to South Carolina and win, and you know, get our mojo back.
You guys have been just so dominant defensively. I mean, what kind of I don't know, how does the team take that when you get to a point where you've given up some plays, and especially the third down situations?
It's not tough because, you know, as a defense, we always told ourselves they're going to make some plays. We have guys on scholarship too, but we just have to shoot ourselves in the foot so many times, and we beat ourselves. And I mean, on the longest run, we got a guy in the backfield, and we just can't make the tackle. You know, so it's just things like that. It's just little things. It's all about the basics. It ain't about the scheme or anybody. It's just about the basics and the details, keying in on your job.
When it's just kind of the basic stuff like that, like you mentioned, after you guys were so good the first 5 weeks, does that give you just confidence that because it's the basic things, it's easier to fix, or does it make it more frustrating with those things?
I guess kind of like both, because it's so basic and it makes a big difference in the game. But then you're like, okay, if we fix that, we'll be good. So it's kind of like it plays a part in both ways. And you know, you get frustrated in the moment, you go back and look at it, and you're like, you're that close to making it the right read or the right play and making the play, and they don't get, you know what I mean? So it's just it goes hand in hand.
Was it kind of a strange week with the whole college football world kind of wondering what was going on with John Mateer? Was it strange for you guys dealing with that, or strange even not knowing yourselves if he was going or not?
It really didn't matter to us. Coach Venables told us, you know, we can't worry about who's our quarterback because we have to worry about on defense who we're going up against, you know, and Arch Manning was a great quarterback. So we weren't really worried about that going into this week. I mean, I know he told us to stay off social media a lot this week because it's a whole lot of talk around, you know, his hand, John's hand and everything. So, you know, we just come out here and just try to prepare, you know, try not to think about things like that.
How taxing was that third quarter? You know, you got 2 drives of 6 minutes plus for y'all out there. Just how taxing was that for y'all?
I wouldn't say taxing. We just got to get the hell off the field. You know, we have to get off the field on third downs. You know, get our offense the ball. I feel like that hurt us more than anything. You know, they have a 7-minute drive going into the third quarter. They get points out of it. It's hard to, you know, to go to the sideline after that, and you're just like, damn. You see how close you are. Again, I was talking about over there. You know, it's just so hard. You're right there on third down to make the play, and you can get off the field and give our offense the ball. But I mean, it's frustrating in the moment.
It seemed like you made a lot of impact plays. I know you're disappointed about the loss, but it seemed like your numbers showed a lot on defense.
Yeah, I was where Coach V wanted me to be today. I could have been in more spots. I feel like I would trade any of my stats for a win. You know, right now it's just I don't really haven't thought about all the plays that I've made today. So I'm just trying to get our team morale back up, you know, after a loss like this, and I'm really not worried about the stats.
Just big picture, what was this game like for you, the atmosphere and tradition of being a part of this?
It was different. because I've never been to a away game that's a home game and a away game. So it was fun. Everybody told me that was going to be one of the best games I played, and it lived up to the hype.
Appreciate you. Thank you. Kendal.
Going good. How you doing?
What did today show y'all going forward that y'all could improve on and just take us through?
Can you speak a little louder? I'm sorry.
Sorry. Yeah, just take us through that game for you and just how it felt, there at the end.
Disappointed. As a team, as a collective, we feel like we left a lot out there. Wanted to come up with points, so definitely disappointed.
What was this week like for y'all? Just prepping the questions surrounding John. Who's going to throw you the ball?
I mean, it was a great week. Looked at my guys, like everybody was focused. Got the reps that we needed. Was confident coming to the game. Just fell short today.
It's obviously one of those tough losses. Kind of what was the emotions like in the locker room after the game?
Very quiet, as you would expect. We know that wasn't us out there that played out there. We know we could play a lot better. So obviously, a lot of people are disappointed. But it's on the next week now, man. We got to put this game behind us. We got South Carolina coming up next. Got to go down there. So, correct our mistakes from this game and look forward to the next game.
Their secondary is very talented. Just kind of what was the challenges they presented to you guys?
Props to their defense, man. They're very physical. Good defense, man. Led by number 16. But, man, it's just us just doing our thing, man. Could have been a lot better. I'm upset that the result is what it is, but it definitely could be a lot better.
What was your perspective on the interception in the end zone?
Just a great play by the defense, That's all I can say.
They put a lot of too high safety against y'all. Did you feel like that affected you all as well, or was it just y'all didn't execute the way you were supposed to in that game?
No, we seen a lot that they play a lot of two, so we was expecting that at practice. I don't feel like that affected us at all, but just got to go out there and execute a little better.
What are your thoughts on John gritting it out, having the thumb injury, and just going out there and playing?
He's a dog, man. That's what you see out there. He comes out there with the right mentality. He rips the ball, and, man, he's a competitor, man. So we just got to do more so we can come out with them wins as a team, as a collective. It'll be a great thing.